up.
Yeah.
It's live.
How many people were on it?
100. Yeah, it was like a...
Hopefully I get back up.
I know.
Shoot, they're all interested
It was Sarah's fault.
Yeah, because I got to go to this now. I forgot about this.
They're starting 2-1.
That's fine. Just let me know. Just let me know when it builds up. Don't put it on me. Shine it on Mackenzie, so they know that they're coming into the right one. Just put it on her. Give it a little time to build back up.
I got back on. Back to 30.
Yeah, that's far away from 100.
100, right? Yeah. Wasn't the cameraman's difficult.
It ain't hard to find me.
Yeah.
Let me know when it's like at 50, 50, 60.
It's never Sarah's fault.
Huh?
Oh well.
They're already accusing you?
Yeah, they're talking bad
about.
about me.
Don't blame the cameraman.
I told them it was Sarah's fault.
Alright, we're back on. That's good enough. We'll just go with it. I give people time. Alright, guys. We had some technical difficulties. Alright, where I left off at was Jamie said he left at 12 o'clock. Okay? And that's a good thing because Jamie can pinpoint he left at midnight and the house wasn't on fire at midnight. We all believe that house was set between 1 and 1:45. Okay? So, that's only an hour and 45 minutes till the house was set on fire. The reason that this guy here is important is because, one, he's not related to none of us. So, the reason with this guy is he can actually say what time he left, which would then be a witness. He would be a witness to 2 people being in that house that night, and only 2 people, and that would be Mary and Kenny. And that's why he's very important, because if they can get him, find him, and get him in and question him, he can pinpoint when he left and who all he saw in that house. And he would be a good witness because he's not related to nobody. The defense attorney would take Jamie and say, well, that's her brother. He might not like her right now, but, make all the excuses they can, and they would discredit him. Okay? Even though he was there an hour before that fire was set, they would discredit him. But they won't discredit this guy. So that's why it's important for that guy to be found. But then you hear over here the prosecutors say, well, we don't even know if he existed. We don't even know if he's really a real person. But you're not investigating to find out if he is or isn't.
Right.
So that tells me he is. And you don't want this guy. Because this guy can give almost up to the time that fire started, and only put these 2 people in that house only. Only. And like I said, I proved it before. This door right here was barricaded. The side door. So we know that nobody broke in that way and entered that house that way. We know the back door right here was barricaded, because that's where the firemen had to bust into and get in there, and there was all kinds of stuff piled in front of it. And we know the garage was full with all kinds of stuff too, and the garage door wasn't. So the only way in that house was the front door. But it goes back to my question again about that front door. Okay? Mary Ann said when she went to bed that night, the dog was on the couch in the front room. That's what she said. Now, Jamie told that when that black guy came to the house, Kenny had to hold that dog, because that dog wanted his ass. Okay? So, for somebody to come in that front door And the dogs in there that everyone knows will attack you. Even Marianne, remember what she said in her own statement about her dog. We leave our door unlocked because the dog keeps us safe.
Yep.
It's in her own statement. Okay? And how mean her dog was. Okay? So for somebody to come in the front door, the dog's in the front room, and then walk all the way around that dog as they pour stuff in a big circle in the front room, and then go up the steps, and here's this big dog latched on, and you're trying to splash stuff on the ceiling. You got this dog hanging off you, and they don't hear nothing. They don't hear nothing, but they hear popping and crackling noises, and that's what woke them up. But they don't hear that dog. But they saved the dog. So that tells me that person would be a witness to two people only being in that house that night when that fire was set. And that's Marianne and Kenny. And then you go all by her actions and Kenny's actions and all the lies and everything they told. Buddy, you can't look at it. Nobody else but those two people. And like I said, whatever happened in my daughter's room, I believe Kenny's brother-in-law, Mike Stiegels, came there to try to revive my daughter. And that's how his DNA got on my child. And ain't it funny, they're running DNA now. Remember? He said, how you know what DNA we ran? They're running it. Ain't hit nobody yet. Nobody's DNA hit it yet. But one person, they haven't yet checked. That's Mike Stiegels. They haven't checked his DNA yet. They ain't gone and got his son's DNA or his other son's DNA to run it. Run it. They have not yet did that DNA yet. They've done everybody else's DNA, as what the prosecutor said. You don't know whose DNA we ran. That's right. I don't know who you ran, but I know who you didn't run. And if you remember, he was getting agitated talking to me. He don't like talking to me because they don't like somebody to tell them to do their job.
Yeah.
That's the problem. They don't like somebody else that's smarter than they are. Just like I said, I walked in there, and to tell me he had his own secretary's lie and say he was gone for the day, and he was up in court, coming down the steps. Oh my God, Donald Branham. Oh, give me a second, man. I'll come and get you. Like I said, that black guy is important. And for the prosecutor to say they don't believe he exists, you ain't looking for him. You ain't doing what. You know what? We keep at. You know what? Remember Marianne? Marianne said she had this big story to tell. Remember? And we waited for years for that story. We waited for that story to be told. Still ain't heard no story yet. And it's almost like the prosecutor and the sheriff. Well, we got something. Well, we're waiting. Please tell us what you got.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, tell me what you got. And then the prosecutor lied to me because I did find out another thing that the prosecutor lied about. Remember he said I ain't allowed to see anything because it ain't public record? That's a lie. A father who is cleared has the right to documents. Public don't, but I do.
Yep.
I have the right to know what you took, what you're running, what you're doing, who's working on this case, the whole 9 yards. He lied to me. Because he lied to me, guess where I'm going to be? Prosecutor's office on his doorstep. And guess what? We ain't going behind closed doors. We're going live. We are going live so everybody can hear his little, what he says. The father has the right, if they're cleared, the parent, any parent's cleared, they have the right to see any documents. I don't have the right to see the evidence, but I have the right to see documents that shows this was sent, this was sent, this was sent, this was done. Who are we talking to? I have that right. They're liars. So I got to show them now that law. So, you know, this is a prosecutor, you know, he thinks he knows the law, and I'm going to show him our law, the state of Ohio's law. Just like I said, I have the law about how you're supposed to do a crime scene, and then they're going to sit there and tell me, well, see, I wanted to play that tape. See, I got more followers now, and I need to find that tape. Remember where Ryan McFarland says, we allowed them to go home for 3 days, get plenty of sleep before we bring them in a questioning, and he called it something, remember? And I laughed. I was like, really? So you're telling me And that's what I asked him. You're telling me if I go down the street and I murder this woman, you're going to let me go home for 3 days because it was a traumatic. That's what he said. You know, they let him go home and rest because it's hard to interview somebody when it just happened. That's what he said. And remember now, this is our lead detective that's handling Mackenzie's case. They let people go home for 3 days before they question them. And man, I wish I remember what he called it. I can't remember what he called it.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, we did it in the garage.
Yeah,
And I can't remember what he called it, but he called it this. He gave it a name, and I thought, really? So I can go murder somebody, and you're going to let me go home for 3 days rest so that I'm ready for an interview. Man,
yeah, right.
When a detective tells me that, he shouldn't be on my daughter's case. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. But it happened. Vernon let them go home. Vernon lets them get in a truck that's part of a crime scene, drive away, go home, and take a shower, rest, talk to the family, come visit me, go pay for motorcycle parts, go tell his story to the Record Herald, and then they bring him in and question him. And then neither one of them have the same story. They don't know where the gas cans are, but they let them go home.
Let them go.
In 2 hours of an interview. So, I just want everybody to know what I believe happened that night, who I believe is involved in my daughter's death, whose DNA I believe it is. They need to quit chasing this ghost, because there's not a ghost out there that did this. They're chasing that ghost. And just like I told the prosecutor, you're chasing a ghost. You already know you don't have none of that. And only one department screwed that up. Fire marshal did his job. 2 people didn't do their job. The coroner and the leading detective. But we all know the leading detective was in Mackenzie's room. But never took a photograph. Never collected the sheets. Never collected the pillowcases. Never collected the stuffed animals. Never. And then I got a sheriff telling me in my own front room, well, it's too late to do that now. Because once somebody touches it and somebody else touches it and somebody else touches it, it's no good. That's sad. That's sad to be told that. That's sad for a father to be told, well, we can't give it now because we allow people to go in the room and remove stuff. But that ain't what he said. Remember, what did he say? We tore the house down because we collected all evidence that we needed. Remember, I read it. I read it. Remember, out of Vernon's own statement to the newspaper.
Vernon's words, yeah.
Own words. We collected all the evidence. What evidence did you collect? What evidence did you collect? So, actually, you tore that house down knowing you didn't collect a damn thing out of that house.
Didn't get nothing.
Nothing.
Full of evidence. The house full of evidence.
The house is self-evidence.
Yeah.
So, those 4 key things up here. Obstruction, preservation, mishandling, negligence, and like I said, there's a line of more, are what I'm going to go after. Because they're the ones and they're the reason why Mackenzie's case has gone 12 years. And then to stand there and tell this community, well, we're still working on it. It's number 1 priority. It's ongoing. What the hell are you going and looking for? I've gave you everything. Everything. But you know what? Like I said before, and I'll say it out of my own mouth. What I gave them was a mistake. Because you know why? They wanted me to give it to them. So they could see what we got. So they knew what how to cover that up.
Yep.
It ain't about Mackenzie. It ain't about her death. It ain't about her homicide. It's what I collected. What I found. What the community found and brought to me. That's what they want to know. Because like I said, I turned in the tape cassette. I'm still waiting.
You're still waiting on that, yeah.
Still waiting on it.
It's probably lost.
Hell, they could even mail it to me if they don't want to talk to me. They can mail it. They know my address.
Yeah.
Probably gone.
Yeah.
It might be gone, but the receipt ain't gone. So, once again, sorry, Vernon. I beat you. Now, I'm going to do your job. And that is, make sure you ain't sheriff and you go to jail. He needs to go to jail. Vernon Stanford needs to be in jail. I'm being honest. He should be prosecuted.
Yes, he should.
He ain't no different than anybody else. He's the one that allowed this stuff to happen. Because like I said, he put himself in that autopsy room, or in that hospital room with my daughter.
Yep.
And then tells the community he didn't have an opportunity to look at the clothes, and he was standing within inches away from that body and those clothes. And he knew, just any sheriff would know, to take those clothes off that child, put them in a bag for further DNA later.
Yep.
DNA progresses every year. Everybody knows that. He talks about it. Remember him and Mike DeWine talk about it, man. DNA gets better and better every year. He knew those clothes needed to be gone.
Yep.
And I got a funny feeling those little two weasels that went up in that room probably try to find that blue nightgown.
Oh, sure.
So, that's my opinion, you guys. That's what I believe happened to my little girl. I know what I got to do. And like I said, I'm not saying this in a rude way. I'm not saying this in a disrespectful way. It does take money to do what I got to do. And I've got the evidence to do it. I do have the evidence to do it. I'm just asking for the community's help. That's all. I'm asking for the community's help. And so we did set up a Mackenzie's memorial fund. So anybody, like I said, even $1 helps. It does. It does help get justice for Mackenzie. I've gone 12 years and done this on my own, and I've collected a lot of stuff. And I just want to move forward. I do. And not saying this in a rude way, but that money will be well spent in the right ways. And it will take care of not only getting justice for Mackenzie, but it will take care of the ones that should have been held accountable for this in 2006. I don't care if they're dead or not. The thing of it is, even though they're dead, their families are getting a check for their services for this community. And my daughter's getting nothing. Not even justice.
Whether they're dead or not, they're still responsible.
And like I said, Vernon Stanford knew exactly what happened. And like I said, you're not going to beat me. I've got him on tape admitting to his errors. I've got the prosecutor now admitting to those errors. The Montgomery County coroners admitting to those errors. I've got the people saying they screwed up. And this shouldn't have been a case. They've been around for years. Vernon Stanford, it ain't like he just became sheriff and he's only been on the police force for 4 years. That is not the case here. He has been a sheriff for many years. Law enforcement many years, on many boards that tell you, I mean, why are we paying him to go to these board meetings to sit in there and learn what to do when you're not doing it? It's not a vacation. It's so that this stuff right here don't happen. And like I said, go back to other murders that's happened in the 70s, 80s. Buddy, they collect more than what, there's nothing on Mackenzie's case. And this stuff, like I said before, are common. It was common stuff. It was common to take pictures, common to collect all the evidence around that body. It was common. And for that man to stand in my front room and tell me, quit watching CSI, I don't watch CSI. Because, like I said, it's common.
Maybe they need to watch CSI.
Maybe they need to watch something. Maybe they need me to go and teach them how you investigate a homicide.
They need something.
Because obviously they don't want to spend no more hours on this. And the reason they don't want to spend no more hours on this is because they already know the truth. And that truth is, we screwed up. We're never going to solve what happened in Mackenzie's room. So now we're going to dump it all on the fire marshal and hope that he gets the conviction. And that's sad. That's sad. But I'm hoping that during this arson conviction, they get what actually happened in that room. That's what I'm hoping for and praying for. That Mackenzie does get the justice he deserves. But I'm going to tell you, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not a dummy. And I told that prosecutor the same thing. I'm not dumb. This is what I do. This is what I live every day. I'm re-victimized every day because I have to relive these pictures. Every day I have to look at that picture and say, man, am I missing something, baby girl? Mm-hmm. I have to read all these reports. Am I missing something, baby girl? Tell me. Tell me, honey. Tell daddy, what am I missing? What is it? Every day. Every day. I just want peace. My daughter wants peace. We want to be able to enjoy the rest of our years knowing that somebody got put away for this horrible crime. And I told you there's 2 people blocking me. That's Vernon P. Stanford and Mike DeWine. Those 2 people are blocking me. They got a roadblock there. And they're not answering. They don't want to answer me. Like I said, the only time he wants to talk to me is behind closed doors. Because for me to ask him those questions, where's her clothes? Where's this? Where's this? Why didn't he do that? And him to answer it live, he's guilty of all the things I just wrote up on that board. And now he's admitting his guilt. Mm-hmm. He's not going to do that to this public. He's not. He's going to go around here to people's houses in these nursing homes, and he's going to say what a wonderful job he's done. He's cleaned up the drugs. He just did a drug bust. He just did it. Or he's going to go around here and tell everybody how he can get on Channel 6 News and tell everybody there's a tornado coming that didn't even come to the courthouse. That's what he does. Go sit over here at our place restaurant with all the farmers and all them and say, hey, I've done this for you guys. I've done. Like everybody said, the good old boys' days are over. They're over. They're over. Because it was them that screwed this up. Their way of thinking that made this happen. So, like I said, that's my opinion, you guys. What happened, I believe, happened to my little girl. That's my opinion, whose DNA I believe it is. That's my opinion of why this was covered up. Because I sat here and I kept thinking, and you can thank Vernon, because he's the one. They kept asking me, well, what would Mary Ann have on Kenny?
Okay, we're back. That wasn't my fault that time.
So, like I said, you guys, I'm not going to quit fighting. I am for justice for my little girl. I love my little girl. I did. I love Mackenzie. And anybody out there that says he don't care about his kid, he never cared about his kid until she died, man, you don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know my other kids. You don't know me. But that's all right, because when you make those kind of comments, I guarantee you, in the end of this, all of us are going to have that last laugh. All you out there that bashed me and said it's about money and I didn't care about my child, it's for somebody who didn't care about his child. Shirley has a lot of memories.
Yes, you do.
All her poems that she wrote in school and brought home, her handprint, her footprints. I'm the only parent with her hair, her first haircut, her last haircut. So for a parent that didn't care about his child, boy, I obviously have a lot of stuff. But, remember, the mother also had a lot of stuff too. But I didn't have a fire to have all that stuff and not a mark on none of it.
Right.
Because you know what that tells me? They removed it before the fire. That stuff was taken out of there for her memories of my daughter before that fire was set. That's why this one has all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And those guns, all that stuff was what was important to them. And I can tell you right now, for somebody to sit there and say I didn't care about my daughter until she died, I didn't leave her in the house burning.
Right.
I didn't go and ask for a pair of shoes. I didn't call somebody on the phone and say I need clothes. I didn't wait 20 minutes to tell somebody my daughter was in the house burning. I didn't save a dog. So how is this mother loved her daughter more than I did? That tells me you don't know me. You don't know me. So those people can say what they want to say about me. I don't really care anymore. And little Aaron that thinks he can come and whoop my ass, 765 Petticord, come on and whoop my ass. Matter of fact, when you come, I'll make sure we go live, because everybody wants to see you whoop my ass. All your fans, the Mossbarger, they all want to see you whoop my ass. So we'll make it go live. It'll be a good one. It'll be, hey, what is that called? Pay-per-view. Fight night.
Yep.
Come and whoop my ass. We'll put it on pay-per-view, and we'll make sure it's live. Sean, make sure you come.
I'll be over. Yeah.
And so when he whoops my ass, everybody can see.
Yeah,
it.
we'll see it.
So come on with my ass. You're a big boy. You're a big boy. You can talk that trash. So you just come and beat my ass. What you should have done was answer my questions, because I never accused you of setting the fire. I never accused you of murdering my daughter. I just wanted to know why you was in that room and why you took the rabbit cage out. But I know why you took the rabbit cage out. So you made yourself look guilty by threatening me. So, but if you want to whoop my ass, we'll go pay per view. Fight night, 765 Petticourt Avenue. We'll go live. So, everybody, I just want to say thank you tonight for listening to what I wanted to explain and everything, and what my moves are and what I'm going to do. I know now who to go after, and that is Fayette County Sheriff's Office and the prosecutor. I have the evidence. I have the tape cassettes. I have that stuff. Some of it's not here. There's a reason why it's not here, because obviously my house could get broke into and that stuff could come up missing. But like I said, I know where I want to go with this and what I want to do. I'll let the fire marshal come down here and he can go ahead and go with the trial. But I'm not going to forget what happened. I'm not going to forget what they did and what they covered up. Because that's what this is, a cover-up. If anybody can't see cover-up, then you need to, I don't know, don't follow me no more on my live feeds, because I'm going to tell you right now, it's all cover-up. I can prove it. And so I thank everybody for watching tonight. Anybody wants to help me, there is a GoFundMe for Mackenzie Taylor Branham. I appreciate everything from the bottom of my heart. My family does. If you donate into that fund to help me do what I got to do with the corruption. Hopefully here by the end of 2018 we see what happens, because I believe it's coming. I believe there's nothing else they can do to change what I've already proven and what the community has heard and what we've all proved. And I appreciate everybody's help finding the two gentlemen that we found. One was great. He became from a person of interest to a witness that lived right across the street from the fire. And the other one became an asshole that wants to whoop my ass, but we found him. He knows who I am. He knows about me. So it's out there. And we only got one more person to find. And I believe we'll find that person. As soon as we get a better drawing and sketch of that composite of that person, I will post that. And hopefully we find him. And like I said, I don't believe he did anything. I believe he was there probably to collect a debt. And I believe two certain people didn't want to hear my daughter to hear what that guy was there for. I believe that guy probably came back. And I believe then Kenny was scared. And Kenny did what he did. And the house was set on fire. And my daughter died because of it. So that's my opinion of what I believe happened. Once I get the facts, which I'm working on that now, and I will get them. I'll get the facts to prove everything. And like I said, if Vernon P. Stanford wants to prove me wrong, you know whose DNA to get? Hand it to somebody else. I don't want him to run it. Hand it to somebody else to run the test result and show me that that man wasn't at that crime scene. That's all I ask. It's not hard to do. I think I was there maybe a total of 15 minutes to have my mouth swabbed and my profile to be out there and everything, and I signed the paperwork. So, prove me wrong. That's all I'm asking. Prove me wrong. And I said that on anything. Just like the mother. I've said so much. If I'm a liar, all she's got to do is prove me wrong. But it's kind of hard to prove me wrong when it's your voice on the tapes, it's your voice on, and your picture and your name on the emails that you sent me. Kind of hard to prove me wrong when you're the one that wrote it, or you're the one that said it. So I thank everybody tonight for watching this and everything. I'm glad everybody got to hear. Like I said, I got threatened. He threatened me. I didn't threaten him. All I did was call him a boy. Because that's what he was acting like a little boy. On the, all I wanted wasn't. He didn't even give me time to ask. I didn't even get to ask one question before he got hung up. He hung up on me. So, but that tells me you know more than what you're saying. So, you don't want to answer my question, that's fine. But you got to answer somebody's question, and those detectives will visit you. So, That's what's going to happen. We know you. We know everything. I know your address. I know where you live. I know your phone number. I got you on tape recording saying what you wanted to say, so you will be visited by a detective. And you'll have to answer his questions. Or you can go tell him to go fuck himself too, and we'll see where you're at. I wouldn't be telling somebody to go fuck yourself when I got a warrant. But that's how it goes. So I just want everybody to, I thank you guys for watching this tonight. And I wanted to fill you in with some stuff that just came up. And then, like I said, I got enough hearing of what, with this airing and everything, to be able to put some more pieces together. And like I said, that's it. Every time I talk to somebody that was at that crime scene or had their any part of that crime scene, the more and more I talk about it, the more and more those gaps get filled in. I believe I filled in the gap. I believe what I said happened. I mean, just because of certain pieces of evidence that wasn't collected was able to keep somebody hidden from this crime scene. And now it's coming. And it's coming together. And I think everybody, all my followers and everything, I think everybody, the world, that has followed Mackenzie's story, because we're the ones that did this. We did. We are the ones that put Mackenzie's case together. And there's still a few things to do. It's coming. I've got plenty of time in 2018, but I guarantee by the end of 2018, somebody's in prison for my daughter. Well, is arrested, because it'll be another year or two before there's even a trial. Yeah. So I want to thank everybody. I mean, I thank everybody's help out there. I thank everybody that loved Mackenzie, and I thank everybody that supported me and told me that how proud they are of what I'm doing here with my daughter's case, because I still have people out there saying that you should just shut up and leave it alone, and Mackenzie wouldn't want this, and just let her lay there in the ground, she's fine. You know, she's not. I can tell you right now, she's not. And the posters, I'm going to get with them, I think Monday or Tuesday. We're trying to get them printed and everything, and then I'll get all the arson reward posters out, because like I said, that poster, we already know who pretty much is involved in Mackenzie, but we still have this gentleman out there, and he might see that poster and say, whoa, man, I remember that girl that night, you know, and hey, maybe I better call. Like I said, I'm not saying he's the one that did it. Just like I said, I never accused Aaron. I didn't say you killed my kid. I said you were there. Marianne put you there. I just wanted to ask you a few questions. You're the one that made it go south. And now you're going to have to answer questions that ain't going to be mine to somebody with a badge. So I appreciate everybody for helping me with what we did. Everybody that contacted me in my messenger and gave me information and stuff, it helped. It helped a lot. We went, look, I mean, what we did in almost, 2 weeks? Since we posted those 3 names. Oh, yeah. And in 2 weeks, man, we found 2 of them. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Yeah. That's that song by Milo. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, because that's the truth. We found 2 of them. One ended up becoming a witness. One became an asshole. We only got 1 left. So I thank everybody that helped with that. And it's you guys. It's the community. Me and Mackenzie thank you guys, because you guys are the ones that did it. You're the ones that went out there and beat the streets and came up with names and addresses and phone numbers and everything. And we found these 2 people, and we were able to get their remarks for what happened that night and what happened before the house was tore down. So I want to thank everybody. When this is all said and done, maybe we'll be able to meet in the Hyman Park and celebrate, like I said, the life of Mackenzie. And I want to meet everybody that I've never met, and thank you guys and hug you because without you guys, I don't know where I'd be today with this. Vernon, remember, he made that remark. You know, we ain't gonna handle this case off of Facebook. We ain't gonna solve this case off Facebook.
Yeah, doing pretty good.
Should have done it, because you obviously ain't going nowhere else with it. So maybe you should have used Facebook. And you know the funny part about it is, for somebody that says, I'm not going to do Facebook to solve this. I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying? How funny he was watching.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen his name on there, on that live feed. For somebody that didn't want to, you know, he was awfully curious what I was going to say. And what was I going to show? Remember,
Right.
he was on there. And I still believe he is on there.
Yeah, he's on
and
there.
if he ain't on there, somebody else is on there for him. So
No.
he might tell the community, we're not going to solve this case by using Facebook. But I'll tell you one thing. I've met over 1 million people that I never knew in my entire life. And because of those 1 million people, we got this far with my daughter's case. That I can stand up here and actually tell you exactly what happened in that fire that night and why my daughter's dead. So, I thank everybody. I thank every single person that gets on Facebook and makes a comment. Everybody sends me a message. So, you know, I'm trying to see up there if there's anything I missed. Let's see.
Somebody's mentioning calling the FBI. Do you want to cover that?
I walked into the FBI agency, Cincinnati. I walked in there. FBI does not handle homicides. They don't handle homicide. Now, they would get involved if BCI or another agency calls and says there's a dirty cop. But I just found out, I don't want to say how I say this, because I don't want, okay. The state of Ohio does not, they're not the ones that go after a dirty sheriff or a dirty cop or dirty political, you know. They're not the ones. They have to bring in from, it comes from Washington, D.C. They're the ones that come in and then they do the investigation and they make the charges. It's not our state. Our state can't, because those political people represent Ohio. And Ohio's not going to go after Ohio. So they bring in, and that's why I was talking about the trip to Washington, D.C., and going and seeing the civil rights is who I'm going to see. And I have to take all my evidence and present it to show those things happen in our county. The obstruction, the preservation, the mishandling, and the negligence of Mackenzie's case. I had to go there and prove that. I had to file a claim. I had to file the paperwork, and then they look into it. And it's not Ohio. Ohio doesn't look into Ohio. It's another Washington, D.C. They're the ones that look into every state when it comes to filing on a sheriff.
And that's why we need help getting there.
And that's why I need help getting there.
In Washington, D.C.
Right. And everybody, there's people that's donated already, and I appreciate it. I thank you guys, the ones that have donated. I thank you guys for donating. It's cool because I get to see, you know, who has, and that's nice that there's people that's already donated to Mackenzie's Memorial Fund, and because that's going to get me further into this. And it's sad. I mean, trust me, if I had the money, I'd do it. I don't like asking for money. I've said that before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not the type to go out there and ask for money, but I'm to that point where it's going to take money to finish this, to actually make it go forward more and finish the job that we started, and that is justice for Mackenzie. That's what it's all about. And I don't control it. I have no control over this. Mackenzie's funds, it's set up in another person and everything, and all that, and it's handled totally different. I just can't go there and say, hey, give me $10 because I need a pack of cigarettes. It's not how it works. Even though that family's going to say, I bought a new car and I'm going to buy a boat, because that's how they are. Mm-hmm. Like I said, that guy sat right there and said I was all about the money and the trying to get to be what Mike Stiegel said. What was it? I'm trying to be a victim.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make myself be a victim.
Yeah, you're trying to be a victim.
Yeah. And I am a victim. Mm-hmm. My daughter's a victim. My sons are victims. My wife's a victim. My children growing up seeing this is a victim. They don't understand why they have no sister here no more. They're victims. So yeah, we are victims. We ain't setting ourselves up to be a victim. We ain't asking for money to be a victim. And those that's doing that, ain't it funny? It's only one side of the family that's doing it. And that's the Mossbarger side. And Then I've got two, main characters trying to put that wall up so I can't get over that barrier because they know they're in trouble. They know they're in trouble. And like I said, I've got the evidence. It's there. The people I talk to say, we didn't have, we'd had that evidence. Yeah, he'd have done his job, and I don't know why he didn't do it, and I don't. That's good evidence. That's very good, strong evidence when it comes out of their own words, come out of their own mouth.
Yeah.
It's not me saying that's what he told me. It's there.
It's there, yeah.
So it's a win-win, no matter what. It's just he knows, they know I don't have it. I can't get that attorney. I can't get that. They know that. I'm one person. That's why I said when I go up to the sheriff's office, I'm one person. I go in there and it's like, oh, okay, Don, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, you done? Okay, see you tomorrow. But if 50 people went in there, I guarantee he wouldn't have his head back taking a nap while I'm talking. That's the difference. That's why when you see people that protest and stuff, there's 100, 200, 300, street full. Because that's how you make people hear. One person, they could care less. That's one vote. That's what they look at. Oh, that's one vote. Oh, wow, he ain't going to hurt us. One vote. But when they see a crowd, and they're all standing behind it, behind that little girl right there.
Yep, strength in numbers.
Strength in numbers.
Yep.
Now it's a big difference. Just like the news media. People keep asking, why don't you call them to contact the newspaper? You know what? I've contacted the news media, contacted them. They're not going to do nothing. I'm one person. But if I tell them, hey, there's 150 of us going to be up here at the sheriff's office protesting because of what happened in my daughter's case, guarantee you every newscast would be there to see that 150 people. That's how it works. They could care less about one person. They don't want to go and just film one person standing there with a sign.
Right.
It ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
They got better stories out here than they do with me with a sign. I mean, they got a sheriff standing on the corner about a tornado. That's more important. Not Donald Branham and what happened to his daughter. It's, hey, they got a tornado coming, so we need to go up here and talk to Bernie. So that's why when I ask people to go with me and go to Mike DeWine's, all this stuff, that's why I ask. Because you're stronger, and when there's numbers, it's stronger. It's easier for them to hear you. Trust me, you think they want to look out those building windows and see 150 people standing on their doorsteps wondering, what in the hell just happened here? Why do I have 150 people standing on my steps holding these signs that say, Blue Ribbon Arson Reward, $10,000 for Mackenzie Taylor Branham?
Yeah.
But one person standing down there with a sign, they ain't gonna care. They're not. That's the truth. That's the truth. So I want to thank everybody. I appreciate it. I don't want to run this late because people do have to get up, go to work tomorrow and stuff. Kids got to go to school. My kids got to go to school. My wife's got to go to work. So I appreciate it. I just wanted to kind of break this down, explain to you what was going on here, what I believe happened in my daughter's house that night, who I believe that DNA belongs to, and that's two people. And all they got to do is prove me wrong. And I don't think they will. So I know what I'm going to do here in a few weeks, what I want to do, who I need to go see, what I need to make happen. And everywhere I go will be live. I will not do it in private. I've already said that. Nothing's going to be behind closed doors anymore. It'll be live. If I'm on Mike DeWine steps, it'll be live. If I'm in Washington, D.C., it's going to be live. If I'm in New York, where I want to go, it's going to be live. Everything's going to be live, so everybody knows exactly what's going on. So everybody can hear what they're saying to me, not me saying what they said.
Right.
Because y'all obviously know they changed their stories. I mean, look at Vernon. I mean, he tells one story in a newspaper, and 2 days later, it's a different story.
Yep.
And that's why I'm not doing anything behind closed doors anymore. This community deserves answers as much as the father of Mackenzie Taylor Branham deserves answers. So that's where I'm going to leave it at. So I appreciate everybody. I thank you guys so much. This has been 2 hard years for me. But I think I've done a pretty good job of what I found, what I've dug up, what I've investigated. And I think we're there. It's just putting it all together. I got some other family and friends that's helping with putting everything together. And eventually, we'll be able to tell the whole story of what happened to Mackenzie Taylor. So I thank everybody. I love you guys. You want to pump hearts for Mackenzie, I appreciate it, and I'll play a song.
How many people were you on the second go around?
We have 67,
That's
maybe,
good.
somewhere around there.
Well, most of them, when they log off, they won't log back in. They'll just wait and go later because they know it was towards the end of it. Wrong. Got hot up here. Or at least I got hot.
Did get a little stuffy.
Uh-huh.
It did get a little stuffy. Sure.
Every breath is a kiss from above. Every rising sun is an act of love. Life is a gift. Every laugh from a child at play, every breeze on a summer day is of him. And I know life is a gift. When I stop and think about it, it changes everything. I'm further down the road, the more and more I know. I do not deserve it, but I receive it. Life is a gift. Every bride on a wedding day, every baby conceived reminds me of this. Oh, life is a the more I live, the more I know. I do not deserve it, but I receive it. I'm further down the road, the more and more I know. I do not deserve it, but I receive it. Life is a gift. Life is a
All right, everybody, thank you so much. I love you guys. I'll see you what comes up, and you'll know when I'm doing another live feed. Thank you guys. Love you.